Everybody, we're back to playing some more Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist. This week we'll be playing with the Bastion Misawa deck. This one was a little difficult to formulate a deck for. When I started this channel and started playing some Yu-Gi-Oh! Legacy of the Duelist for the channel, I avoided Bastion because in this game he doesn't have that much cards to build a solid deck from. However, I tried to do something, because mainly his stuff works around with science, and specifically like science and dinosaurs, some things like that. So I'll try to combine the two at least. Now in the show, he had these different magnet warriors compared to what I have here. I only got like the common magnet warriors, that magnet warriors that we're familiar with. So I'll just use these in his stead. So we'll go over the cards that he has. Plus, he's well known to have like the water dragon and the hydrogeddons and oxygeddons, which formulate water, like two well, we'll get into it in a minute. But don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff to Talkative Carl on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Just wrapped up the DLCs for the Marvel Spider-Man. It should be up on the channel pretty soon. And it's been a little light this week, just like last week, but I just want to do one video for today at least. I want to get something for this week. Of course, I'm not sure if I'm going to be streaming Wednesday and Thursday. Normally those are my days off anyway, but I definitely will be back Friday. So that way I want to get like the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff out the way, because I want to get back to Cyberpunk and Assassin's Creed more specifically, because those I want to hurry up and get those done. So I want to put some time into those this Friday. And maybe some point on the weekend I will get back into Darksiders 2, but that's not that pertinent. So let's begin. Now, first, here is the White Magician Pikryu. During your standby phase, increase your life points by 400 points for each monster on your side of the field. The Water Dragon. This card cannot be normal summoned or set. This card cannot be special summoned except with bonding H2O. The attack of fire monsters and pyro type monsters becomes 0. When this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon 2 hydrogeddons and 1 oxygeddon from your graveyard. Now, that's the reason why I, added triple copies of oxygeddon and hydrogeddon, because 2 hydrogens, if you know your basic science, 2 hydrogen plus 1 oxygen makes water, hence Water Dragon. And then of course got magnets, science is magnet and everything like that. Valkyrian, the Magna Warrior, cannot be normal summoned or set. Must first be special summoned from your hand by attributing 1 alpha, the Magnet Warrior, beta, and gamma from your hand or field. You can attribute this card, then target 1 alpha, beta, and gamma, the Magnet Warrior, in your graveyard and special summon them. Oxygeddon. When this card is destroyed by battle with a pyro type monster and sent to the graveyard, inflict 800 damage to both players. As you've seen on the anime, when this was destroyed by the fire attribute Burcinatrix from Jaden, both players lost 800 life points because fire and oxygen do not mix a big kaboom. Or at least, not boom, but like enhances the flames, because fire feeds off of oxygen. The Mathematician. When this card is normal summoned, you can send 1 level 4 or lower monster from your deck to the graveyard. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can draw 1 card. Hydrogeddon. When this card destroys a monster your opponent controls by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 Hydrogeddon from your deck. Carbogeddon. If this card battles a fire monster during your damage calculation, this card gains 1000 attack during damage calculation only. You can only banish this card. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Special summon from your hand or deck 1 level 7 or lower dragon type normal monster in face up defense position. You can only use this effect once per turn. And that's where Hyrozan Ryu comes into play. A dragon created from massive diamond that sparkles with blinding light. Now, Carbogeddon is based off of carbon, and enough pressure applies to it, it turns into diamonds. Hence, Hyrozan Ryu. I know I'm butchering that. Okay. Gamma, the Magnet Warrior. Alpha, Beta, and Gamma meld as one to form a powerful monster. The same flavor text for Beta and Alpha. And that's pretty much the monsters I can just put together. That at least makes sense for Bastions. Okay. Let's go here. He also used Spear Barrier. While you control a monster, you take no battle damage. It's been like in research, he uses Rings of Destruction. During your opponent's turn, target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, whose attack is less than or equal to their life points. Destroy that face-up monster, and if you do, take damage equal to his original attack, and inflict damage to your opponent equal to the damage you took. You can only use this once per turn. I also inputted the Ring of Defense in combination. He also used Cursed Seal of Forbidden Spell. When a spell card is activated, discard 1 spell card, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. And if you do that, your opponent cannot activate spell cards with the same name for the rest of this duel. Now, this was used in the duel against Jaden for the first time he did, which really put a hamper on the Jaden side of things for a while, because with extensive research Bastion did, he figured out how to neutralize Jaden's fusion strategy, because Jaden for the longest time always wins his duels with fusion monsters. Negate his ability to fuse, like polymerization for example, then he's SOL, because it's like similar to Yusei and Yuma. They heavily rely on using their minor monsters to get their bigger monsters out in play. Remove the criteria that allows them to do that, then they're stuck with minor monsters that barely can hold their own. But that's where support cards come into play to back them up, because you don't just rely on one gimmick. Okay. Ring of Defense. Fossil Dig. Add 1 level 6 or lower dinosaur type monster from your deck to your hand. He used Double Spell. Discard 1 spell card, then target 1 spell card in your opponent's graveyard. Place that target in the appropriate zone on your side of the field, and as this card's effect resolution, follow its card text as if you had used it yourself. And Dark Cold, destroy all monsters on the field. Bonding H2O, tribute 2 Hydrogeddons and 1 Oxygeddon. Supposed to summon 1 Water Dragon from your hand, deck, or graveyard. Okay. All this other stuff is just padded out cards that I need to make a solid deck from. You know, Bastion used other stuff in the anime, but he haven't dueled much, and I'm not sure if in the manga books he dueled much either, which is crazy. Because though that scientific duelist, you would think, maybe at the time of this game's creation, they didn't offer much support, or at least the support cards Bastion used wasn't available back then. Because there's this ritual monster called Litmus Doom Soldier or Warrior or something like that has 0 attack points, but if there's a continuous trap card on the field, it immediately gains 3,000 attack points to use. If you ever watched the not TV show, but the YouTube videos of Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged by Little Karibo, that dude is so hilarious. And shoot, I have to do it. Just a. He's so hilarious because he didn't make an abridged version for Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, but he does review each episode and talk about it, and he still does goofy voices. And the fact that he when he talks about Bastion, it's just so hilarious because Bastion is British and he's British himself, but the fact that he just talks about how like he behaves like a posh shithead as he describes him, and it's like he carries on like and it's like it's like just the most poshest display of 0 F's given. And it's like not 0 F's given, just like, you know, that snobbish attitude. Got that. Just go with that. I gotta say, like, the times that I see Bastion battle, duel, it's he's a solid duelist. It's the reason why he's a raw yellow dorm student, because they're like not horrible, just not good enough to be obelisk blue. Like, he is like a studious person, so he obviously, you know, uh, studies his opponent very thoroughly, so he always can get the best results he can possibly can muster up. Because like he doesn't leave anything to chance. He makes sure he always comes out on top by exploiting his opponent's any possible weakness, which a proper duelist would do. He's like the complete opposite of what Jaden is, because Jaden goes with his gut, while Bastion's well known to use his head. Dude literally in the show, if you ever watched the episode when he's supposed to go up against Chaz to see who will go up against Jaden, he literally writes down his calculations all over his dorm room walls. He even scrolls them on like on some of his Doom Monster cards, which is ignorant as hell. Like, why would you do that? Got an idea. Shoot, so know that no entry only works on my side. At least I got one of his golems, or her golems. All right, now we're cooking with gas. Okay. Of course, we already played Chaz's deck, which is on the channel if you want to check it out. Darn it. I'm going to have to start over. That was like a bad hand. And you got 3 of those bad boys out there. I was like, what a lucky little hand he has. The fact that he got 3 of those suckers, there's nothing I can do with their special ability not allowing me to attack anything. Crap baskets. Okay. Okay. Now has some bit of a lead here. Okay. Okay. Trials Bastion's deck up against Jaden. That Cursed Seal of Forbidden Spell will be useful right now. Just in case he got Clayman. It's crazy. I'm not getting the summons that I want. Just need to get rid of that Wing Karibo. I didn't want to take the chance on the last one, but turns out, yeah, he has to attack to allow the field spell to be usable. Dang it, I got both Gamma and Beta in the graveyard. Could have gotten Valkyrie on the field right about now. That was a lucky draw. Got one lousy 100 life points, and I'm sitting there struggling. I can use my devil spell, but he doesn't have any spell cards in his graveyard that I can actually utilize on my side of the field. So annoying. Okay. Now, can we finally finish this? I believe we can. I might lose on this one because, you know, Bastion guy had like a kind of like Sanji in One Piece, has like a weakness against like beautiful women. Then again, we all do. But she kind of that strong alpha female that I guess he's kind of drawn to. I can relate. I like the strong alpha female kind of thing. But yeah, that ended up causing him to duel and his spirit, or what's it called, a spirit key or something like that, in the first arc of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. He has like a spirit gate key or something, and he ended up losing it because he was too smitten over Tanya and she exploited that. So, but she has like a banger of a Amazon deck, the kind of deck that make my Valentine proud. Almost forgot to put my thing into face up attack. Should have gone with Cyber Jar to add to the deck or something like that. Yeah, I got nothing. So weird I haven't been able to summon my Water Dragon or Valkyrian. And normally the Water Dragon should be easier to summon. I just haven't been getting the opportunity to do so. Man, I'm just not getting it today. At least not with Tanya, which I kind of expected much, because this is a really good Amazon deck. Dang it. It's like one draw away from getting like my Valkyrie on the field. Dang it. Doggone it. Got an idea. Oh my god, that was so close. I just stalling until I got something. Well, that was Bastion Misawa's deck. You know, if they would have allowed more of his support, or at least, I don't know, sure, like the cards that I mentioned that if you've seen on the anime, I don't think they actually exist. I could be wrong. Even if they do, this game needs like a serious update for all platforms, so that way we have like some better support, so I can build like a pretty decent deck for other characters like Bastion. But at least I managed to summon Valkyria. I didn't get the water dragon out, but it's alright. When I went through the campaign of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, I did manage to summon water dragon at least once, so it's not a big deal. But yeah, his deck could have been like a whole lot better in this game if they allowed some larger support. But you know, he's a pretty cool character, and great supporting cast. And they kind of dropped the ball on him towards like the end of the series, because he met up with Tanya in a different dimension. I think they, had like a relationship, but she turned into a tiger when they first met. So technically she's actually a tiger, and I don't think she's actually human. Or maybe she's part human or something like that. I'm not sure. I can't remember how it went, but I do specifically remember her turning into a tiger. And and Bastion just like, he was all over the place after the pretty sure it was maybe after the second season, or at least getting towards the end of the second season. He was just like all over the place, especially with the whole Society of Light. He was so easily led to things. I'm not sure if he like couldn't figure out his purpose beyond Duel Academy. I guess he joined up with Society of Light so easily. He went so far down that rabbit hole that he turned his hair white just to really get into it. And then it wasn't until like he met up with this scientist, Professor Stein, supposed to be some kind of play on Albert Einstein, I guess, with the whole German accent and everything, really thick German accent, and like, well, with this help, revitalize his passion for science and got him out of that Society of Light cult. But yeah, this is like he's an interesting character. I guess you can, if you want to think about it, is like a play on a lot of people in real life that can't figure out their purpose in life, and they try all kinds of things just to see which one fits. I guess you can think about that as a character that you can relate to. But I wish they did some more stuff with Bastion, or at least have like an little short arc with Bastion, with something that pertains to him, not to anybody else. Because even Cyrus had his own little arc when dealing with his old brother, but Bastion didn't really have anything within himself to like duel to had like those important duels that meant something to Bastion himself. Like I guess it's too many people to juggle and someone's gonna get left out. But I think they could have downplayed. I mean, like even like when Axel, Brody, and Jim Crocodile and Jesse Anderson, when they came in the manga, their roles wasn't that highly acknowledged. Matter of fact, they showed up, or at least dueled, very few times. You barely saw them in the manga apparently, but the anime played them up, and they had their own little. Even Adrian Gecko had his like moment, like that pertains to him and his little background and his arc. Bastion got left by the wayside, which is a shame. Like, you're gonna give these bona fide extras that just came in at the tail end of the series, while Bastion was here at the beginning and did not get his moment to shine, which is kind of a drag, and I feel very bad now I'm thinking about it. This is my 2 cents. I'm curious to know what you guys think. But yeah, I will be back this weekend for more gameplay. Next week I'll be back with a new character. We'll be doing Vectrix, so look forward to that. So I'll see you guys next time. Take care.